You know that feeling when you lose $10 and it just stings way more than finding $10 feels good? Well, it turns out there's a reason for that. There's this powerful, kind of invisible force in our minds that's pulling the strings, and it affects almost every decision we make. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that force. It's a cognitive bias called loss aversion.
So what if that force is guiding your hand right now and you don't even realize it? Think about it this way. You lose a €10 bill. Okay, that sucks. Now, what if you lose a theater ticket you paid €10 for? The financial loss is exactly the same, right? I mean, €10 is €10. But as we're about to see, our brains treat these two losses very, very differently.
And to see just how differently our brains can act, we're going to dive into a classic thought experiment that perfectly shows this little quirk in our thinking. It's called the lost ticket paradox. And trust me, the results are genuinely surprising. Let's break it down.
Okay, let's set the stage. Scenario 1. You buy a €10 theater ticket ahead of time, but you lose it right before the show. Bummer. Scenario 2. You're planning to buy the ticket at the door, but on the way you lose a €10 bill from your wallet. In both situations, you are down €10. Logically, what you do next should be the same. But is it?
So let's really focus on that first scenario. Just picture it. You're standing outside the theater, you're excited for the show, you reach into your pocket for the ticket you already paid for, and it's just gone. You've lost it. So what do? Do you actually walk up to that box office and shell out another €10? Think about what your gut is telling you right now.
Well, when researchers actually asked people this question, the results were stunning. Only 46% said they'd buy another ticket. Less than half. The majority of people would rather just cut their losses and go home.
Okay, now let's switch gears to the second scenario. It's the same night, same theater, same show. This time, no ticket bought in advance, but on your way there, you realize a €10 bill has vanished from your pocket. You've still got enough cash to get in. Do you buy the ticket?
And look at this. The decision completely flips on its head. A massive 88% of people say, yeah, of course I'd still buy the ticket. That is almost double the number from the first scenario. The financial hit is identical, but the outcome is just wildly different.
And this right here is the heart of the paradox. We have the exact same financial loss, but our decisions go in completely opposite directions. Why? I mean, what on earth is going on inside our heads to cause this? Well, the answer, as it so often is buried in the weird wiring of our brain. Because you're about to see, it has a very, very special relationship with the idea of losing something, and that relationship is anything but logical.
So what's the key to this whole mystery? What's the hidden rule that our brain is following that makes us act so illogically? It turns out the answer is actually a really simple but incredibly powerful psychological rule.
Here's the secret. Our brain absolutely detests the idea of paying twice for the exact same thing. In that lost ticket scenario, buying another one makes the show feel like it now costs €20. It registers as a double penalty. But when you lose the cash, our brain just files that away as a separate, unrelated bad thing that happened. The ticket still feels like it only costs €10.
And this mental shortcut has a name: loss aversion. To put it really simply, the pain you feel from losing €10 is way stronger, way more powerful than the joy you'd feel from finding €10. It's like our brains are hardwired to avoid losses at all costs, even if it makes us act completely irrationally. And listen, this isn't just some random theory. This was a groundbreaking discovery by two giants of psychology, Daniel Kahneman, who actually won a Nobel Prize in economics for this stuff, and his partner Amos Tversky. Their research back in the 80s completely revolutionized how we think about human decision-making.
Now, this bias isn't just a fun little mental quirk. It's a deep, deep part of how we operate. And because it's so powerful, it can be used as a tool for persuasion or even as a weapon of manipulation to nudge your choices without you ever even noticing.
So how does that work? Well, persuaders often use a simple 3-step playbook. First, they figure out what you're hoping to gain. Second, they frame the other choice, the one they don't want you to make, as something you will definitely lose. And finally, they just step back and let your brain's natural fear of that loss do all the work, pushing you right where they want you.
I mean, you've heard this 1,000 times. Just think of a salesperson saying something like, if you don't sign today, you're going to lose this exceptional discount. See what they did there? They're not focusing on what you gain by signing. They're making you feel the pain of what you'll lose by waiting.
But here's the good news, and it's really good news. Once you can see this bias in action, you can start to defend yourself against it. Just being aware that loss aversion exists is like getting a shield. It lets you turn a hidden weakness into a conscious strength.
So the crucial thing to remember is this.
Our brain puts the pain of loss way up on a pedestal. Losing 10 euros is a bummer, sure, but paying for the same ticket twice feels like a personal injustice. Understanding this gives you the power to just pause when you feel that pressure. It lets you step back, look at the situation for what it really is, and avoid the trap set by your own mind or by someone else.
So, I'll just leave you with this thought. The next time you feel that little panic in your head about the idea of losing something, a discount, an opportunity, anything, just stop and ask yourself, is this fear real and logical, or is it just my good old loss aversion playing tricks on me? Knowing how to tell the difference, well, that could save you a lot of money and help you dodge some really bad decisions.